Just got on the trail and I'm already getting dive bombed by birds. Ooh. Gotta remember that weight on my front wheel. Anyway, hello YouTube. Ain't no use messing around today. Let you know what we're up to. We are out hitting the Kal-Haven Trail. So as you can see, I'm pretty loaded up. I got a basket, a big old basket bag, and not without reason. We're making this a bit of an adventure. So I am planning on riding down to a campground called the Kal-Haven Outpost. They've got a little converted school bus on a campground there, and I'm gonna spend the night in. And then we'll ride back tomorrow. And provided I can find places for electricity, I'll have some footage of that as well. Got to be a little bit mindful of storage space. Did not bring a computer with me. And my phone does not have the capacity to hold a bunch of video files. Although for some reason I did buy the hardware you need to do that. That was silly, I didn't need it. Didn't need it, have never used it. Yeah, according to the signpost, it's going to be about 33.5 miles. And of course, you know me, I am on one of my fixed gears. So we are not going for speed today. We're going to take it nice and slow and make sure we feel happy by the time we get to our destination. That's our main goal today, especially lugging around all this weight. Anyway, trail is beautiful so far. Crushed limestone is fantastic surface. I don't know that I've ever ridden on something like this before. It was really nice. And I only just started, and it is early on a Tuesday afternoon, but a little disappointing not to see many people out here. Absolutely perfect weather for it, but I don't know, man. I guess people just aren't into it today. Well, I am on vacation for like 5 days, so I'm doing this. We're making it happen. Yeah, I've been planning this ride for a while. Obviously, I had to book my campground in advance and everything. Get my vacation days in order, all that. But aside from just planning and doing a little bit of behind the screen research, I'm basically doing this sight unseen. I have not been on this trail before. Talked to some people who have. I work here in Kalamazoo, so I know some people. And I was assured it would be a nice, easy ride, particularly heading out, and I'm seeing why now. Kind of on a slight downhill so far. I suspect that's going to be true most of the way out to the lake. And yeah, that'll be the other fun part of this. Is I'm making my yearly pilgrimage out to Lake Michigan. A lot of times I come at it from the opposite side and go to Chicago and see Lake Michigan from there. I don't know if I'm going to make a Chicago trip this year. The funds just aren't lining up right now. I don't know, we'll see. I have some busy days of work, end up with a few $100 extra I can blow. Might go down there for like September critical mass or something. You know what? I may get 3 paychecks in August. I'll have to poke at a calendar and figure that out. If I do, then slim chance I may go for the August critical mass. That would be fun. Yeah, from a tread perspective, this is bike is massive overkill for this terrain, but I will say it's making for a nice, comfy ride. Nice and comfy. Temptation is to throw skids, but A, I'm hauling shit. B, I want to save my legs. I got a lot of miles ahead of me. Lots of miles yet. Yeah, it looks like tomorrow's going to be the harder ride, but even still not bad. Little bit of climbing. Guess we'll see how aggressive it gets. Again, based on what I've been told, I suspect not very. All right. Perfect. I'm gonna break down camera for now. Don't worry, YouTube, I'll be back. rare selfie stick action from me today, YouTube. Got like 4 of these things and I barely ever use them. All right, YouTube. Back again. Final stretch. We are about to pass mile marker 7, and I am not quite sure how far out the campground is from the trailhead, but I know it's right off the trail. So I should be able to see it. I'm not running maps or anything. If I get to the end of the trail and I don't see it, start pulling navigation tools out. But for now, we're just rolling. Just kind of playing it by sight. All right. Let's do this. Yeah, nice little ride. Weather was perfect today. Really nice. Hold on. My stabilizer strap's all caught up in my cable here. Yeah, one downside to my current setup is when I loop my lock cable through these loops on the back of my bag, kind of gets in the way of this stabilizer strap. So if I don't pay attention and just throw the bag on, sometimes it's a little bit awkward. All right. Yeah, like I say, should only be a few more miles. Ride was really nice. Weather is perfect. Barely saw a cloud in the sky, but it's also not too hot. Plus, the vast majority of this trail is quite shaded. Got that whole tunnel of trees thing going, which you know I love so much. Kept a fairly slow pace. We're looking at just under 2.5 hours right now at just under 27 miles. So not bad. This was never going to be a fast one. I'm on a slow bike, carrying a bunch of stuff on a gravel trail. So, you know, we're just getting places today. I'm trying not to feel too bad when we get there. All I really ask is that South Haven has a decent place I can go and get a burger. That sounds pretty flapping good right about now. Yeah, I managed to pace it out pretty well. Feel good. Worst part is the saddle right now. And, you know, I did what I can with that, what I could with that. I tried to order a proper saddle for it when I bought the bike, but that didn't work out so well. Still waiting on that. Might never get it. Kind of giving up hope. So I am wearing a padded bib today. A little extra cushion. Helped get me through. And I'm very glad I did. Because again, that's the most uncomfortable part of this ride so far. Second being my hands. I also got some good padding going there, but I'm also just not used to crossbars. Got to get a little bit better with my hand positioning on these things. In terms of these longer rides anyway. But yeah, really like the trail. It's pretty well kept. There were a few parts where it descended into mud, but it was nice, firm, packed mud. Very easy to ride on, so, you know, I could see it getting bad in wetter conditions. But the majority of it is either like this or like this with a little bit of two-track action, a little bit of overgrown in the middle. Just nice, crushed limestone gravel. Lovely surface to ride on. Can do a little bit of hands-free stuff, but it's dicey with all that weight on my front wheel. This is the longest I've gone, honestly. Yeah, I'm scared to push that too much. As much as that is my favorite means of relieving my saddle soreness. To sit up a little bit, change position, change the pressure points. When I got like, oh boy, this is probably 7-8 pounds worth of stuff up here. You feel it, man. And you can just tell if that weight shifts too far one way or the other, it's just gonna clunk. And then I'm eating this lovely crushed limestone riding surface. I do like riding on it. I would prefer not to ride on it face first. Yeah, I can definitely tell it's going to be more of a struggle tomorrow because this is a lot of downhill. It's not like super downhill, but it's a very noticeable downward incline most of the time. And then a couple actually like noticeable hills. Very doable, but yeah, I'll definitely be fighting a little harder tomorrow. I don't know, at this point, this may turn into like a proper YouTube video. I'm doing things like being selective about when I record. And not just committing to entire chunks of ride and posting all of it. And part of the reason for that is I just knew it wasn't going to be able to do it. I wasn't going to be able to. I've got 2 batteries, and each one does about 1 hour and 15 minutes of recording time. Which means, yeah, even managing those batteries as best as I could, the second of them would have been dying right about now. And we are not there yet. I was only kind of paying attention, but I think we just passed mile marker 5 back there. Oh, nope, I was wrong. That was 5.5. This one's 5.0. Ah, damn it. Should have queued up Purity. That's a deep cut. If you get that, you and I should be friends. If you were one of my bandmates in Dissonant, you're disqualified. The only other people I know on this planet who would remember who 5.0 is. I gotta admit, I almost didn't bring the camera with me. Couple of reasons: weight, and number two, there were only two mounts that would have worked: this chest mount and the tail mount. And given my history with the other tail mount and the fact that we're doing 30 plus miles on a gravel trail I'd never laid eyes on before, I decided hard against the tail mount. So we did chest mount. Complication with that is, as you can see, or maybe you can't, I don't know how I'm going to be pointing the camera. You might get a distorted shot of my face right now, which, hi YouTube, how you doing? I'm sure I look even uglier than usual, but yeah, obviously I'm wearing a backpack, which does complicate the chest mount a little bit, but it still works. It's mostly out of the way. And I'm really glad I did now, because now I have you to talk to, YouTube. Frankly, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but this has been an extremely solitary ride. Once I got away from Kalamazoo, I don't know, like probably in the first 10, 15 miles or so, I saw about 20 people, maybe 20, 30 people. After that, I've seen like 2, maybe 3. I'm not sure if I caught it, but there was a guy passing me on an e-bike when I started up again, and I believe I was recording. And he had already passed me once. He was one of the 3. But yeah, it's been quiet out here, which, this is not me complaining. I am an introvert, and this is the first day of my vacation. And oh my God, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. It's awesome. But at the same time, it's nice to have someone to talk to, YouTube. You're my little cycling journal that gets viewed by maybe 5 other people, if that. That's all right. I'm not here to get famous, YouTube. I'm just doing my thing. Frankly, being famous looks like more trouble than it's worth. All right. About to hit tracked mile 30, which in terms of actual riding is probably more like mile 30.5. I forgot to turn on my tracking at one point. Not for too long, maybe half a mile. Probably closer to a quarter, honestly. So yeah, that's 30 and a half-ish. And the signpost at the parking lot
lap 3, 53:20
said 33.5 to South Haven. And you know what? I do believe we found our outpost. Yeah, I think this is it. Was I supposed to turn off back there? Or is there a proper entrance up here? Either way, yay, we're here. Now we just got to find the main office. Yeah, there's some signage. Campground and general store, it says that way. Am I past it now? I might be past it. May need to turn around. We'll go up to the stop sign here, see what it looks like. Yeah, that's all woods, so I think I need to turn around. A little clearer signage would have been nice, but once I saw the RVs, I got the idea. Yeah, this is just street. Pop a Yui and go back. If I'm not mistaken, do a little bit of this. Sand, that's not fantastic. More sand. Yeah, occasional trails cutting over. I wonder if some of the like deep woods camping sites are over there. Yeah. Kal-Haven Outpost, baby.